A man casually tossed a ping pong paddle to his apprentice, only to see the young man crushed to the ground by its weight. Unbeknownst to everyone, the paddle was forged from a mysterious extraterrestrial metal, weighing a staggering 600 kilograms. Yet, the man effortlessly wielded the 1,000-pound paddle with just one hand, even using it to shoot a chicken feather straight into the bullseye. This man was none other than the legendary ping pong god. Under his tutelage, every apprentice inevitably rose to become a dominant force in the ping pong world. However, he chose to live incognito, working as a janitor at a local sports complex. One day, someone noticed something peculiar about the man. When a stray ball came his way, he casually picked up a broom and returned it with precision. His cover blown, the man was forced to move on. Through a mutual acquaintance, he found a new position at the struggling Yuncheng club, which was on the brink of collapse. The club was in the process of selecting a new head coach, but the club director had other plans for the man. It was then that he realized he had been set up. To secure some peace and quiet, he agreed to coach one person on the condition that they win the city championship. His offer was met with laughter and scorn, as the players mocked him, saying, "What can a janitor teach us?" They insisted that Coach Allen, the talented assistant coach, was more than capable of leading them. Annoyed by the commotion, the man selected a substitute player whose job was to retrieve balls. He boldly claimed that with just 3 days of training, this player would be able to defeat anyone present. However, the chosen player suffered from muscle atrophy and could barely hold a paddle, let alone play. The others were eager to see the man fail. Training began, and the man handed the player a paddle. It was only then that he realized the paddle weighed a ton. He quickly exchanged it for a lighter one, which the player struggled to lift. The man then plucked a chicken feather and tossed it into the air. The player, stunned, began to train diligently. Despite his efforts, he couldn't hit the feather. The others, witnessing his struggle, laughed, saying he couldn't even hold a paddle properly, let alone compete in 3 days. After they left, the player's pent-up frustration erupted. With a powerful swing, he finally hit the feather, sending it flying towards a target. But the man said it wasn't enough. He instructed the player to train with the 1,000-pound paddle and warned him not to put it down for the next 3 days. The day of the test arrived. The man brought out an hourglass, declaring that the player couldn't switch paddles until the sand ran out. The first test was a strength challenge. The more wine bottles shattered with a ping pong ball, the better the score. The task proved too difficult for most, with many only breaking one bottle, and some missing entirely. Then, the top student stepped up and smashed through 7 bottles, earning cheers from the crowd and praise for Coach Allen's training. When it was the player's turn, he tried to switch paddles but was stopped by the man. With no choice, he used the heavy paddle and managed to break one bottle, nearly falling over from the effort. The club director, noticing the player's struggle, approached and felt the weight of the paddle, realizing the man was no ordinary coach. The crowd, unaware of the truth, mocked the player for his inability to handle the paddle. The second test was about precision. Each player had one shot to pass through 5 flaming hoops. The top student succeeded on his first attempt, but no one else could match his feat. The player couldn't even get the ball through a single hoop. With one more failure, all hope would be lost. Desperate, he tried to switch paddles, but the man stopped him again. The final test began, a match against the top 3 players in the world. Winning 5 points would secure victory. The crowd thought it would be easy, but the top student was quickly defeated with a single shot, his eye swollen and unable to continue. Coach Allen, enraged, decided to step in and teach the opponent a lesson. The crowd was astonished. How could this person be so formidable? The player then stepped forward, but with the heavy paddle, he was no match for his opponent, losing 4 points in quick succession. Just as defeat seemed inevitable, the hourglass ran out, and he finally switched to a regular paddle. The stage was set for the final showdown.